Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again, and welcome to the very first installment of Blank Years Later. Now, what this series is going to be, it's going to be, talking about kind of like years later for a certain movie, TV show, or video game, like talking about kind of the lasting legacy it's left in that many years. Say if it was 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, heck even 10, 15, 20 years, you get the picture. And we talk about, has my opinion changed on it? Has my opinion kind of like doubled since then? Or like we'll talk about the legacy that's left in those years. So that's what basically this series is going to be about. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, 1 year later. So, man, it's been 1 year since this game. Seriously, it has been 1 year since, since this masterpiece right here. Since this game. It's been 1 year since this game. It doesn't even feel like it's been 1 year since this game. It seriously doesn't. Like, it really doesn't feel like 1 year since Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Man, I remember, I was, and apparently this is now a trademark with me, but I was like a donkey on cocaine whenever I was getting excited for this game. Because, everybody, I swear everybody in my house must have been annoyed of how much I was just being like so excited about this game. Like I was counting down the days. I couldn't wait for this game to come out, and my mom and I went at midnight to pick up the game, and and then from then on, just man, I have never in my life played a video game. I love the other three Uncharted games. The first one's really good, the second one is one of the best games ever made, and the third one's a great third installment. But this one, the fourth one, was like something beyond anything I had ever played, and I think it is the greatest game ever made. I really think, honestly, it is the greatest game ever made because of its story, its gameplay, the characters, just everything was perfect about this game. It was literally perfect. Like, it is perfection, this game. It is literally a perfect game. There is nothing wrong with it. Like, it's baffling. There's literally nothing wrong with it. Like, it's literally the definition of a perfect game. Like, seriously, it really is. The story, how they tell the story in this game is beyond anything I have ever seen in a video game. It is so phenomenal. Like, seriously, how they tell the story in this game, it's so incredible. Like, it is Hollywood-worthy storytelling. Like, this could be in a movie. Like, seriously. You want to know something? This game was better than any movie I saw last year. Was better than any movie I saw last year. Because it felt like you were playing a movie. Seriously, it was better than any film I saw last year. That's how great this game is. Seriously, it is that fantastic. And the gameplay was better than ever. It was by far the best gameplay the series has ever had. I absolutely love it. The characters, the voice acting. It is Hollywood. Like, it is Academy level acting. Like, seriously, Nolan North gives one of the best performances I've ever seen from an actor just in general. In movies, television, video games, just the way he presents this character is fantastic. Like seriously, the way that he just presents this character and how he brings so much emotion and charisma to this character is fantastic. And I do believe Nathan Drake is the greatest video game character of all time. Like, seriously, the dude, he is a funny dude. He is, he's a smart, and stuff. But also the character has many layers to him, and, he can get emotional. He can, he's just an everyday guy, and that's what I really like about his character. And definitely Nolan North really brings that to his character. I really love that. And the other voice acting was fantastic too. Troy Baker was an awesome addition as Sam Drake. Of course, the guy who plays Sully is fantastic. Emily Rose as Elena is great too. So yeah, the voice acting is just awesome as well. Like, seriously, it's Academy level type of acting. But just the game has left such an impact on me, especially even a year later. It still has made such an impact on me. I've completed this game like 4 different times now. Like, I've went through and played through the campaign so many times, like, and I've completed it each time. I still feel as emotional as I did the first time playing it, and just going back on and playing it so many times, it just, you know, the emotions just hit me hard. It hits me harder and harder each time I play, because I know this is the final installment, and, you know, seeing these characters have a good old goodbye is really well done, and the way that this, you know, story wraps up and everything is honestly the perfect way to end it. So yeah, I absolutely love that. And also, just, I think this game, even more than like a year later, I think like once we get down to like 5 years, 10 years, I still think this game will have a lasting impact. Unlike a lot of the games that have come out for like the PS4 and the Xbox One as of late, I think this one's going to make the biggest impact and be that one game we look back on in this generation that's like, you know, hey, remember Uncharted 4 Thief's End? Yeah, that was great. That was such a fantastic game. Like, that's going to be, I feel like this game is going to be that game that, like, Super Mario Brothers was for back in their generation, or, heck, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and stuff like that. Like, I feel like this is going to be that game that people are going to look back on for this generation and be like, you know, hey, remember that? Remember Uncharted 4 Thief's End? Yeah, that game was so great. Like, just, I feel like that's going to be that game. And just, this game won so many awards. Like, I don't try to be like that person, oh, it won this many awards and stuff, but just seeing the flood of awards that this game won last year was so deserving. Like, Sant Magazine, I believe that's what the magazine is called, like, they did their top 25 best games of 2016, and this was #1. Like, seriously, this was #1, and I'm so glad about that, because this game is so fantastic. It was better than any game or any movie or any television show that I saw last year. It's just that great. And, sorry, but listen, I know we're not supposed to take this award show seriously, but the Video Game Awards, come on. Come on. Overwatch, really, Overwatch over this game for Best Game of the Year. Really? Overwatch is a fun game, but it's no Uncharted 4 Thief's End for people. Like, come on. It's no Uncharted 4 Thief's End. Come on now. Come on. This game was groundbreaking, okay? This was a groundbreaking game for the PS4 and just for this generation in general. So yeah, it's just, and just, it's so fantastic, and people are still talking about it. A year later, are still talking about how great this game is. Like, it is just so fantastic. I love that people are still talking about this game, because it is great. It's such a fantastic game. It's beyond fantastic. It's phenomenal. Like, seriously, like, words can't describe how much Uncharted 4 Thief's End means to me, and how much of a lasting impact that I think this game will have even after a year later. I think this game will have such a lasting impact towards people, and I'm very happy about that, because, like I said, I love this game to death, and it is by far the best game to come out of the PS4 and to come out from this generation in general. You know, I think, honestly, all 4 Uncharted games are the best games we've had in, like, the last, maybe 15, 20 years. I don't know, but it just, the Uncharted series is that one game series that, from this generation in general, that I feel like that's the one game series that I think a lot of people will still talk about, even years later. And the fact that the first game, heck, the first game's gonna turn 10 years old this year. And I just think this game, along with the others, will have such a lasting impact that, you know, I think not many games, I mean, some other games like Grand Theft Auto 5, I think will still have that lasting impact. Red Dead Redemption will still have that lasting impact. But I feel like out of any of the games, I feel like the Uncharted games will be the ones that have the most lasting impact, to me at least, and will still be talked about from maybe years to come. Like, even when we're further into, like, maybe 2025. Like, I feel like those games will still be talked about, and people will still be like, yeah, remember the Uncharted games? Yeah, they were so great. Like, just going back on that will be so fantastic, and I really do think these games will have such a fantastic, lasting impact, especially this one, out of all of them, because, yeah, just, this game blew me away in ways that I never would have thought, like, that, I'm at a loss for words, because it's that fantastic. If you still, a year later, haven't played this game yet, seriously, play it. It's so great. Like, so great. It's fantastic. So, yeah. So, that is the first episode of Blank Years Later. This episode was, of course, for Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, 1 year later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys will like to see more of these. I've got plans for others in the near future for these episodes. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed doing this. Hopefully I can continue doing it, and you guys will enjoy, support it. Hopefully you guys support this first episode and really enjoy it. So, yeah. So, do you still have the same thoughts about Uncharted 4: A Thief's End a year later? Or has your opinion changed? Or do you think, like me, that these games will have a lasting impact for years to come? Leave it in the comment section below. And I'm Film Fan 0599, and we'll see you out later. Peace.